Hey, what's up, guys? Sean here for Sci-Fi Swift. Marie is not going to be in this video because she's not big of a Star Wars fan like I am. But what we're going to be talking about today is the new web series that's been on YouTube for a couple of days now, or almost this whole week, and it's called Star Wars: The Forces of Destiny. I actually went to Star Wars Celebration earlier this year in April, and it was a lot of fun. I went to a couple of panels, and one of the panels that I went to was known as the Heroines of Star Wars, where they had each of the different cast members who play the female characters of Star Wars in the panel talking about their characters. And they even had the creator of the Clone Wars and Rebels, Dave Filoni, on the stage, and that's when he announced that he was going to come out with a new animated short series that will first appear online, but then will premiere on July 9th on Disney Channel. And he calls it Star Wars: The Forces of Destiny, which to me I thought would be the title for episode 8, because I thought that both Rey and Luke are the forces of destiny, but it turns out that it's the female characters of Star Wars that are considered to be the forces of destiny. So, and sadly, I'm going to go a little bit off topic here, but he did announce that just a warning for you guys. I know this. I don't know if you guys heard or not, but this season of Star Wars Rebels will be like the final season, which I'm pretty sad about. But you know, all things must come to an end at some point. But I'm gonna get into Forces of Destiny. I watched the first episode is called the Sands of Jakku, which basically shows the bond between Rey and BB8, and they're being chased by this night worm. Remember in the beginning of The Force Awakens where you saw that creature that had the glowing eyes? Well, I thought it was just some alien, but it turns out it's actually a worm that is like underneath the surface of the sand, and it pretty much eats junk. So apparently the worm is trying to eat BB8, but then Rey ultimately saves BB8, but then, showing, that she's a, kind and, nice person, she actually fed the worm junk that was laying in the desert. And that was pretty much the first episode. It's only like about 2 minutes. That one was probably like my least favorite episode, because like I was hoping that like at the beginning of the series was going to be really exciting, but it wasn't really that too exciting for me. Like, I was kind of a little tad disappointed, because I wanted more. I thought this were going to be like full episodes like Clone Wars and Rebels, but instead they're just these little cartoon shorts which are designed for kids. But like George Lucas said, he made Star Wars for kids, which I can totally understand. But I was just kind of hoping that these little animated episodes were going to be longer. So the second episode is called the BB8 Bandits, which shows these desert creatures known as Tito's, and one of them actually appeared in The Force Awakens. They actually have no names at all. They're just called Tito's. And they're trying to capture BB8 because I guess they want to sell him on the market, but then Rey comes up with a plan to actually scare the Tito's away by getting help from the night worm. There's a chase across the desert. They go inside the ancient ruined Star Destroyer, and pretty much then that's when she gets help from the Night Worm to help scare the Tito's away. And then ultimately BB8 is saved once again. Now that episode wasn't too bad. I really kind of liked that one, but like I said, I was expecting more out of it. So the third episode of this series, however, I really enjoyed, because this one was about Leia, and it's called I forget the title of it. I'm sure if someone was watching the series, they'll probably mention it. Just mention the title in the comments below. But it's about Leia and the Ewoks, and both Leia and Wicket are actually helping these Ewoks who are being harassed by stormtroopers, and ultimately Leia saves the day. And my favorite part of this episode, where if you ever wondered, like, some of us, like most of us Star Wars fans probably were wondering how she changed from her soldier outfit to that dress that I guess the Ewoks must have gave her. Well, this is kind of a slight spoiler, but in that episode, the Ewoks actually give her that outfit that she actually wears in Return of the Jedi. So, and also they probably do her hair. But of course, what the ironic thing about that is, okay, they actually can dress Leia up very well, but yet they use sticks and rocks as weapons, So, I mean, not bashing the Ewoks, but, I'm just saying. So, but I really like that one. That one I really enjoyed, because I do like Rey, don't get me wrong, but I also I think I love Leia more for some odd reason. Probably because now that Carrie Fisher passed away. So, but I really enjoyed that one. And then the following episode, the Padawan Path, is about Ahsoka Tano, which she's also another one of my favorite characters. If you've watched Clone Wars or Rebels, you probably know who I'm talking about. But she pretty much is running late for this ceremony to become like a full Jedi, and she's saving this family from a malfunctioning droid. She then throws a vehicle at the droid, and then she takes her lightsabers out and cuts this pipe, and as the water comes right down on the droid, which shuts down the droid. So, but that was the fourth episode, and the fifth episode takes place on Hoth with Leia and R2, and basically they're looking for Chewbacca, and they discover that Chewbacca is actually caught by the big snow creature known as the Wampa, and they have to rescue Chewie, and they only have to have a matter of seconds to close the Echo base door before the Wampa goes in the Echo base. So that episode I also really liked too. But overall, I think this new animated series, Star Wars Forces of Destiny, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's really that fantastic, but it's okay. I guess I have to wait and see if there's any more. We have to wait and see where, with the other episodes that are coming up. I really am looking forward to the one episode where it's Leia and Sabine Wren from Rebels, and how they're gonna team up, and who they're gonna take on for that episode. But overall, it's an okay series. That's just basically my opinion, but I'm not gonna be like anybody else who didn't really like the series and just was really disappointed by it. But hey, it can't be it can't be how it was in Revenge of the Sith or Rogue One, or you know, basically anything violent, because, you know, Star Wars is meant for kids, and they want to keep it, you know, very, like, kid friendly. So that's why they didn't make this cartoon series too violent. And also, it really, like, what I really like about it is that it teaches, like, young children, you know, how to be, you know, like, you know, kind and responsible. Like, as you can see, like, how you saw with Rey in the first episode, how she realized that that worm was pretty hungry and, you know, just gave it some junk. That's just, you know, an example of, you know, just showing her kindness to pretty much anything, you know, in the universe. But one thing I just really like the concept that it's, you know, instead of, like, you know, Star Wars is mainly focused on the male characters, like, over the years, but now, ever since Disney bought the franchise, it wanted to expand the stories of the female characters and wanted to get the, wanted to get, like, a more female audience, which I don't really mind, because I do remember a couple times, like, when I was in elementary school, and we would, like, you know, we would play Star Wars, and there wouldn't be really too many female characters. So I really do like this concept of, you know, adding more female characters to the saga. So, but, have you seen Star Wars Forces of Destiny? What did you guys think about it? Please let me know in the comments below. I will also be getting to review all of the Star Wars movies leading up to Last Jedi, which comes out, I believe, 160 days from now, I guess. Something like that, for those of you who have been counting down, like I have. And stay tuned for more videos. So please like, share, and subscribe. And I'm Sean for Sci-Fi Swift Studios, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. May the Force be with you, and much love.